Well, Washington's National Museum of African Art has a major exhibit on loan from the Cosby Collection. Bill Cosby rose to fame on American television in the 1960s with the show I Spy. He also starred on the top-rated The Cosby Show in the 1980s. Until now, Mr. Cosby Collection of African-American Art had never been seen publicly. VOA's Carolyn Turner has more.
Conversations, African and African-American artworks and dialogue brings together major works of art from two world-class collections, the Museum and the Cosby Collection. Bill Cosby made his fortune as the first African-American TV star from the 60s, who later starred in America's top-rated TV show in the 80s. His wife, Camille, says they never expected to see their collection at the Smithsonian.
We didn't collect to increase our assets because there weren't any real values placed on art by African Americans. No monetary value nor artistic value. But we collected because we really loved the pieces. We wanted to live with them. We have 5 children. And unbeknownst to us, those pieces, as well as the others that you will see out there in this museum, influence our children's thinking about themselves. To me, that is the biggest gift.
One of our daughters came home after taking an art history course, and she said, "We're doing African art, and half of the pictures in the book are in this house."
The Art on View offers multiple themes about the ways artists explore ideas about art in African and African-American context. The Cosby Collection features early African-American artists that painted in the style of European art. Joshua Johnston's painting of Mrs. Thomas Donovan and Eleanor, done in the late 1700s, is one of the oldest paintings in the collection. The spiritualities theme finds perfect expression in the painting The Thankful Poor by African-American artist Henry Ossawa Tanner. Romare Bearden's images were often drawn from memories of his childhood in North Carolina, where he was fascinated by women. Cosby Collection curator David Driscoll explains this work by Walter Williams, Southern Roots.
The African-American presence in this particular work, which really means that it is Africa in the United States, but it's upturned, the roots, the ancestry is upturned, and here you have the barbed wire, which of course is a symbol of tyranny, of enslavement and so forth, and other symbols where the young man is still searching for his identity. You have the butterfly, symbol of freedom, you have the birds in flight, which are made from actual feathers, and that of course is a symbol of freedom. But almost always in the back of so many of these compositions you'll have the brightness of the sun, the future. The future will be bright.
The universal language of music transcends race and culture. Jazz is one of Cosby's favorites. A Fantastic Sunset by Washington, D.C. artist Alma Woodsey Thomas creates a universal language of nature's beauty through vivid color and abstract form. Homage to Langston Hughes by Charles Weitz represents one of America's most noted Black cultural icons whose poetry defined the spirit of the Harlem Renaissance. Crucifixion by Aaron Douglas makes a powerful statement. The Christ figure is one of the smallest, while the African who bears the cross is much more powerfully rendered. The domestic scene is represented by quilts, which trace the Cosby family history. The quilts were done by Camille Cosby's mother and grandmother, and the family used them for generations. The exhibition will be on view through January 2016 as the museum celebrates its 50th anniversary. Carolyn Turner, VOA News.
Well, after the Cosby Collection exhibit opened last November, it became overshadowed by a scandal in which Bill Cosby has been accused of sexually assaulting multiple women. Bill Cosby has denied the allegations.